Hello, I am B. Brown, the Revolutionary.
And I am D. Tonight is Tuesday, March the 15th, 2022. Let's talk about it.
Let's do that. How's everybody doing today? How are you, D?
Hey, no complaints. Life is good.
I
Life
agree.
is good. Y'all mascot in there sleepy. He's so tired, but won't go to sleep. All you gotta do is go to sleep.
Well,
How
that's
y'all
okay.
weekend been? Okay, hey Miss Sheila. Blessed evening to you as well.
All right, so we got them trickling on in here, y'all.
Come on in the room.
Blessed
Hey
evening, blessed
everybody.
evening, Sheila.
Y'all in here.
Yeah,
Love to
come on
see you.
in, come on in. We're gonna get this show started ASAP-ish. We have a special guest, and I can't wait to bring the special guest on. So,
Absolutely.
um, before we bring our special guest on, let's get into these topics so that we can go ahead and get our special guest because I think everybody is waiting on our special guest.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, the first topic, we're going to talk about this Asian teen that goes viral for this racist TikTok. And in the midst of seeing this TikTok, I really couldn't do nothing but laugh because at the end of the day, her father was not playing no games with her. So therefore, I'm not even mad. Some things is learned behavior, but he taught her very well, real quick, not to play no games. So let's check this TikTok out, y'all.
That my daughter made towards racism. And I do not condone racism in my house, nor that I raise her to. I would like her to speak out to you guys and let her know her side.
I genuinely didn't think that this video would blow up like that, and I didn't mean for it to come off as racist, even though considering the context of it, I didn't mean it like that. I was just doing a TikTok trend, and my actions aren't okay, and anything I would say won't justify what I did. And I'm sorry for putting out that video in the first place. I should have realized that it was wrong within the first few seconds of even posting it. So I just wanted to.
They're so very hot. Someone's next to my.
All right, as you can see in this TikTok, honey, she just clearly didn't know what she was doing, but her father, I commend you. You get a big old green check mark, honey, because you checked her with the quickness.
Absolutely. As he should have. And see a lot of people they'll be like, okay, I'm gonna let it slide. It's cool. You gonna recommend it at home? No, he took it to the same level that she presented it on, and I approve. And Brandy, I don't know if it's me tonight. I don't know if it's because it's raining. Y'all know how the internet does. But if you lose me for any reason, just let me know. Hit me in the inbox because I mean I can see and hear fine, and it's doing fine on my phone. But you know how my internet be doing. Just being real.
Okay, cool. Hey, and because I understand, I definitely have a low level of bars tonight. So my people, just bear with us, honey. Bear with us. Okay, so the next topic we're gonna talk about Shaq owns multiple businesses. And I am so proud of Shaq. Shaq is doing his thing, y'all. One thing I can say about Shaq, he's not going to go broke. A lot of
Okay.
people go broke once they get in the NBA, but Shaq has definitely showed me what it is to be a businessman. Like he is definitely doing his thing. So let's take a look at Shaq. Shaq owns 155 Five Guys restaurants, 17 Auntie Anne's, 150 car washes, 40 24-hour fitness centers, a shopping center, a movie theater, and several Las Vegas nightclubs. Not to mention, he is regarded as one of the best basketball players of the NBA, and he was in the NBA for 19 years. He carries a PhD. He was a successful rapper, a successful actor, and a successful video game curator. Come on, Shaq.
Seriously, like I feel like that's a way to spread it around because with all of those different businesses, those are all things that people are going to come back to. It's not no, oh, let me do this, let me do that. These are like people gonna go eat. What else? They
Yes,
don't want their car washed. They want to work out. Shopping always. Movies, a good pastime. In Las Vegas, anything. I don't care if you had a Las Vegas parking lot, you'll be straight. So I definitely
exactly.
commend him for what he's doing, spreading it around and handling his business.
Honey, I got to say, Shaq, you on top of your game, brother. And I'm definitely looking to use his blueprint to continue my
For
life
real.
as a businesswoman because, hey, Shaq, you got it going on. Thank you, brother. Thank you for showing us the blueprint because if he can do it, we all can do it. So let's go into these comments and see what the people talking about. All right. Miss Helen says, blessings to you, Miss Helen. Blake says, hello, ladies. How are you, Blake? Miss Shanada says, hey, y'all. Hey, Miss Jemison. How are you? Miss Coleman says, blessed evening, everyone. Hello, how are you? Mary Jane says, hey, ladies. Hey, how are you? And Miss Yolanda says, why did everyone see how it could be racist after they make their post? I love how her father handled the situation. Be as loud in your apology as you were in your disrespect. I feel the same way. Mr. Douglas Fletcher, fam, what up, though? Oh, okay. Hey, how are you? Mr. Christopher. Yolanda, he made sure his children were set up. Yes, Shaq is a go-getter. I got to give it to him. A very smart man. He's big, but that brain is big as well. Please believe it. Christopher Douglas Fletcher, Papa John's as well. Don't know how many. Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. I didn't even know he had a Papa John's up on this belt. Go ahead then. Miss Helen says, where's the extra noise coming from? Well, honey, that's what we're working on. We're working on getting that extra noise up out of here because we got to be able to hear our special guest. And Mary Jane says, wonderful job you ladies are doing. Thank you so very much for coming through. We appreciate everyone for coming through and showing us love because at the end of the day, y'all make this thing pop. So actually, we're gonna go ahead. We got our special guest in the lobby. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and bring our special guest in. I mean, I don't see no reason to hold them out any
They
longer.
don't need to hold them out. Bring them
Let's
on
go
in.
ahead and bring him on in. Bring them out. Bring them out.
Come
So
on in the room. Let's go.
that's right. So before we bring him in, I'm just gonna give you a brief look at his Facebook page, which is Grace Memorial Chapel Funeral Home LLC. And I'm going to let him do all the talking and we're going to ask the questions. But what I do want to say is out of these 27 reviews, everybody talked about how compassionate and professional his business is. And I just want to commend him for being a pillar in the community and also for giving our people this special business that he's bringing along to the people. I mean, showing compassion when someone has passed is something that every family needs. And when I was reading reviews, I was just in awe, like, oh wow, that's a blessing. That is a big blessing. So let's bring him on in. Let's bring him on in, everybody. Hi, how are you, Mr. Grace? How are you tonight?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, very well. I am so glad that you were able to come in and take this time out to speak to everyone.
Oh, well, I'm very I appreciate the opportunity. I just really admire what you guys are doing with your podcast and with your show. I think it's an awesome thing. Getting the community involved, really just the community coming together and just being themselves and really just talk about the issues and things of that nature. So, man, I really just take my hat off to you guys, and you know, we just love you guys over here at Grace.
Well, thank you so very much. So, with that being said, one of the first things that I want to ask you is, can you give us a introduction about your business and exactly what you do in your business?
Yes, I'm Darius Hardy. My wife is Stephanie Hardy. We the owners of Grace Memorial. Um, Myself, I've been doing this for about 27 years now. And since we opened this business, I brought my wife along, uh, bringing her up to speed. She's been a big help to us, far as doing a lot of behind the scenes work, because of course I do a lot of stuff on the other end. But I feel like we came to Silicaga because I felt like it was a need, not only just for service, but for compassion as well. And just being a young black man, I feel like our kids need to see an example as well. I played ball in school and things of that nature, but I just want the kids to know that's not the only way out. So there's always other things you can do to be successful besides sports as well. Much as I
Exactly.
do love sports, but God really just put it on my heart to really just take, the name Grace. It just goes a long way. Grace
Exactly.
is something we get every day we don't deserve, and that's what we stand behind, far as giving our families, that compassion, that grace, that even though no matter what your status, your financial status, no matter what it is, doesn't mean you don't deserve quality. So that's something that we stand behind strongly.
Exactly. And I love the fact that you said that about grace, because we don't deserve God's grace at all.
Right,
We are always going to be learners of how to treat people and how to be better in life every single day.
right,
So,
exactly.
and I want to thank you again for coming on. And you said something that really stuck out in my mind. You said that sports is not the only way. Like, there are other ways to be successful. And
Yeah,
that's really, really true. A lot of people don't hear that. A lot of young people don't hear that. They hear
no,
sports and college pretty much.
right. I mean, that's something that even when I was growing up was pushed: football, or basketball, or whatever. But God had a different avenue for me. So I'm just grateful that I can be assistant to His people, and for the impact that we have made so far. I just give Him all the glory for it. But the main thing was really I'm trying to push now is education, dealing with our people. Um, that we just even the Bible says we lack, we perish for the lack of knowledge. So I feel like that's something is our duty to educate our people on things that they might not know. But we encourage people to give us a call, even if you don't know something or you have questions about things. Please, just call and ask. I'd rather for someone to ask and just get in deeper debt or whatever, you know, situation they can come across.
Exactly, exactly. Okay, so I guess I'll open up a few questions.
Yeah,
Um, so and we also have the people, if anybody have any questions, just put them in the comments and I'll make sure I ask him these questions. And I guess I'll open up the first question. When you lose a loved one, so the first thing you should do is just reach out to the company that you want to handle your loved one. Can you give me more information on how that goes? Like, um, do the funeral home go and get your loved one and then they handle it that way? I mean, because honestly, I don't know either, but I would like to know.
Yeah. Actually, when the first when a death takes place, um, of course, you know, a lot of commotion is going on. A lot of people are not in the state of mind at times, or it just depends on the situation. But the first steps are to call the funeral home of your choice, who you would like to serve your family, and let them know what their desires are. And the funeral director can, you know, guide them on the next steps, as far as what's the next thing to do after they um, have come and picked up their loved one. So it's just it's just step by step, you know, that we try to guide them after that initial call, and that's the most important thing, because you're not really in your right mind, and you're going to need someone to really guide you, because you know, we don't know how close relationship you were with that person. You know, we all grieve differently, so
Exactly.
it's important that us as funeral directors, you know, guide you in every step to, you know, to make this process as easy as possible.
Exactly. And I'm just listening to what you said because I can only imagine how that is for someone when they lose someone that they love. They
Right.
don't be in a right state of mind. So I can only imagine that you really need to deal with somebody you can trust, that's going to handle you with care and that's going to be transparent.
Exactly. Yes. So
So,
that's very important, to know which direction you would like to go, or what funeral home you choose, you desire to handle your services, and that, you know, that funeral director should be able to guide you in the next steps of making arrangements, just pretty much putting the services together that you desire. And and it can be very hard, because we see a lot of different emotions when it comes to that, because I can't even imagine losing my mother. So God knows, no telling what state of mind I might be in, you know, even me being a funeral director myself. But that's different, because that's mama. That ain't got nothing to do with my job, you know. So
exactly.
yeah, so I can only imagine that. But I just thank God He's given me the, you know, the strength to guide families through those hard situations.
Okay, and before we go along any longer, I want to just put up some of the comments because the people definitely are welcoming you. Um, Yolanda says, "Welcome, Mr. Grace."
Thank
Shanada
y'all.
says, "Say that," and she also says, "Come on with that word," and "Amen." Quality.
Oh yeah.
Mary Jane said, "Amen. It really is a lot, a way to make it in the world, especially with God in your corner. Amen to education as well." Yes, they put our children only to do sports or music, never really trying to nurture their minds. Shanada said, "But from experience, you truly make it so easy on the family, which is
Oh
very
yeah.
important." Mary
It's
Jane,
very important.
very important. Amen on guidance. Some people really don't be in the state of mind during the loss. And let's see, El Boogie says, "Hey ladies, awesome show. Thank you so much, El Boogie." And
Hey.
at the end of the day, I mean, this is just not an easy subject. And I just really wanted to have you to come on because I need people to understand that it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to find out and be informative and find out this information. And when I spoke to you earlier, I also told you that I want to let the people know if you don't want to come on here and ask questions, you don't want to be seen, make sure you inbox Mr. Grace himself. And you can inbox me as well, and I lead you to him. You know, if you have any questions about anything, because you know, at the end of the day, it once you lose a loved one, I'm sure your mind just goes left.
Yeah, it's just it's a blur, you know, and sometimes you don't even remember what happened in that moment. You just really, some people just really out of it. So we really encourage people to call, or ask questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question, and I'd rather for someone to just really know. It just really hurts me for someone to really fall, for not knowing and knowing that you got the resources. God gave us the resources to help. So, I would like for our people to take advantage of that.
Okay, well now let me ask you another question. And I'm speaking from a person that don't know much. So I'm more than sure there are more people out there like me. When it comes to getting ready to get this preparation going, of course we know that it costs money. Nothing is free. But how, okay, as far as insurance purposes, can you
Right.
enlighten the people about different insurances? Because some people may not even be covered in that insurance.
It's important. I try to enlighten people when it comes to insurance. It's very important to follow up with your insurance company or your agent. Every once in a while, I think people should follow up and just find out what type of policy they have, what it covers, because it's been times that some people pay on a policy for years and then come to find out it's an accidental and it's not a whole life policy, and you back to square one, and that your loved one might not die from an accident. They die from natural, so that means it won't cover. So it's important to every once in a while follow up with your company or your agent and find out what type of policy you have, find out what it covers and things of that nature. We've been trying to educate just to not only, and I'm gonna be honest, I would say in the Black culture we have a real habit of trying to get a lot of big policies, um, to leave money behind for loved ones. And I get it. If you have a young family, that I can understand that. But if you are, a mid-aged person, your kids are grown and moved out, things of that nature, uh, especially if you're on a fixed income. So I feel like you need to try to get something that you can afford, instead of just getting something that you can't, and then, you have to let it go. So any insurance is better than none. That's something that we really trying to push and, let our people know how important it is, because it's GoFundMe is, I don't know, that's the thing these days. I mean, thank God for it, but I feel like that's not an insurance policy. It's just, we just, that's what education is for. That's why we trying to help our people with that.
Exactly. Okay, so you touched on a accidental and a natural cause type insurance. So, and if something happens, either or one of them is not going to pay, correct?
Well, correct. Like, uh, hypothetically, if I have a accidental policy I've been paying on for 15 years, and God forbid I pass from a heart attack. A heart attack
Mhm.
is pretty much considered natural causes in the medical world. So by me being paying for an accidental policy all those years, I didn't die from a accident. It's not going to cover. I died from a heart attack. So that's why it's important to get whole life. If you get
Mm,
whole life, or a term, that covers you regardless. So that's
exactly.
important to know the difference in that. Um, so that's what we really trying to educate our people on.
Okay, we're going to keep moving forward, but I'm going to just let the people come in with a few comments. It says by Ms. Coleman, a full life policy is best for you, is the best policy for you to have.
Right.
Shanada said we should be in a place to know to get some life insurance, especially being up in age. I agree with you 100%, Shanada. She also says, teach us, Mr. Graves. Hey, we appreciate all of this knowledge because some of this stuff I had no idea either.
Oh yeah, it's
So,
it's yeah, that's what we here for. It's more than just burying someone loved one. It's for the people who still here. It's no different than a minister. You preaching to the ones who's here because that person is already gone. So that's why how I feel about this profession. I'm here for the ones that still here. To help them. So that's important.
Okay, and Ms. Jemison also said, wow, knowing what type of policy you have is important. From what I see, it is very important. So I'm going to encourage everybody here that's on tonight and to talk to your loved ones as well and ask them what type of policy do you have, and talk to your agent to see, because I'm going to talk to my agent ASAPish. I want to know all what's going on. I need to know, because I mean, a lot of times we sign up for things because it sounds good, but we don't really
Exactly.
know everything that's in the writing.
Right. And it's also important for our family members to talk to each other about where things are at. Like, hey, these are what, tell your kids, parents tell your kids or grandparents or whoever, tell your loved ones, hey, this is where my stuff is. If something happened, it's been, I mean, things happen like that. Something happened and no one knows where their stuff, where their loved one stuff is. And it can get very chaotic, and it makes it a lot even more stressful on that family when you can't find the loved one papers or the policies, and I know grandmother had something, for years, but I don't know where it is. So it just add more stress. So it's important that us as our family members to communicate and let people know where your stuff is, where you keep your policies, and where you keep paperwork or whatever. Is just very important. It just it just ease that burden during that time.
Exactly. Okay. Miss Helen Gillen said, yes, we need to teach the people who still here what we all need. I agree 100%. Miss Coleman said, they don't teach us a lot of things, and it's wonderful to be able to have this knowledge before I need it. I know that's right, Miss Coleman. I agree 100%. Life insurance is so slept on. I've definitely been thinking about getting a great one now while I'm 25 and healthy, since I have a daughter. Miss Butler,
That's
yes, thumbs
that's
up.
very important. That's very good, because the younger you are, the more cheaper your premium would be. So it's if you want to pretty much try to act on that at a certain age, because the older we get, the more expensive the policies are. Um, they get. So it's very important to think when you in a certain age. So I'm just grateful to share this knowledge, because it's just been on my heart, and it just eagers me to that our people suffer because they don't know. But we do have, I guess it's taboo that we don't want to talk about it, or they may feel like we trying to kill somebody off or whatever. But it's important that we talk about it. I promise you, it makes it a lot easier at the end.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna ask another question. I heard you saying about let the people know where your stuff at. So um would you say it's better to go ahead and have a will as well?
That's a good thing as well. And even if you don't even have insurance, and some people can't get insurance because of their health status. So it's good to go to a funeral director and talk about pre-arrangements, and that way you can
Hmm.
lock something in. Um, you can lock a service in, because things change over the years. Things go up, things get more expensive. So it's important if someone wants to go make pre-arrangements on themselves, and that way it locks in a price for that service. And it makes things easier because things are already taken care of. You've done it yourself, same as a will, as you mentioned. It just makes it a lot easier when something does happen. You already have instructions and you already got things laid out, so it's very important. It's a good idea.
Okay. Ashley said, I have free accidental at work, but not definite full life insurance. And yes, Sunshine, I'm here. Been missing lately. We're glad to see you, Ashley. Thank you for tuning
Glad
in.
to see you.
Miss Jemison said, and can't you be denied if there are certain health issues or
Yeah.
whatnot being older? And she came right back and said, wow, you just answered my question. And Ms. Sunshine said, oh, wow, that's good to know. So I'm more than sure it's a lot of things that we're discussing that a lot of people have been wondering, and you're definitely just hitting the nail on the head.
Hmm. Yeah, but it's important also. I know a lot of people have policies with their jobs, but some, it's important to have some outside your job because you might not always be at that job either.
Yeah.
So it's
Yes.
always good to have something on the outside of your job, because you never know, anything can happen. So I'd rather for anybody to be prepared for anything, because we never guarantee to stay at a job. I mean, if you want to grow, I'm sure some people elevate to other careers, and you want to have something outside of that. So that's good.
Okay, so let's talk about procedure. Okay, once we have to come to you to make these arrangements.
Hmm.
So we figure out, how much we have on the policy. So once we do that, we have to go and figure out what if they're going to be cremated or buried.
Yes. Once you come in and make arrangements, you let us know what services you desire, as far as cremation services or full burial services, and we take care of all the paperwork for you, far as insurance processing. We do we order flowers. We also do in-home arrangements, because everybody's not comfortable with the funeral home. So we also offer in-home arrangements, which we will come to your residence and make arrangements as well, just to make it a whole lot easier.
Okay, so and this is just in case because I want everybody to fully understand exactly where we're coming from. So when you say a full burial, that means that um, you either have it at a church or at
Correct.
the chapel, and
Correct.
then you go to the
To
gravesite.
the correct. Exactly. That is considered a full burial service if you want to have the chapel, a graveside, or church service as well. That's considered a full burial. Or you can have a funeral service with a cremation following. So you can have a full funeral and a cremation after. That just you're just not going to the cemetery. So that's another option. Or you just have direct cremation services. So it's just a variety of services that we offer, that whatever a family desire, we can accommodate that.
And before I knew you in your company, I had attended a family member's service at your chapel. And I want to say it was very nice. It was very professional. And I just want to point out that you guys have your own chapel on hand in
Yes,
case
we
you don't
do.
want to go to church.
Yes, we have a chapel that can accommodate the family if they don't have a church. um, just to make it a lot easier as well. We know we do also offer graveside, and sometimes the weather's not good, so they can still use the chapel as well. And we just have a variety of packages that families can choose from, no matter what your financial status is. Um, and the chapel is included in that. So we just encourage people to just give us a call and just ask, and we can help them.
Okay, so because once again, nothing is free, but I heard you say no matter what your financial status is. So, is it uh, a thing where they can make arrangements to have like pay on stuff, or how does that work?
Certain services we offer that. Not on all, but we do have a we do have a price range that I believe that would keep you from have to do that. And that's why I try to we try to keep things affordable so you don't have to make payments. That way you just, once you pay for that service, you're done. That's the worst thing. I would like to have something linger over a family's head. You really
Exactly.
just can't rest. So we do just have a variety of different packages and prices that can really accommodate them. So to keep them from have to make payment arrangements, we just make it very affordable so they can be, um, you really just don't have any more debt.
And that makes sense. And at the end of the day, I just don't want it to be anything for the family, they having to pay after they done went through all this heartache and pain.
Right.
And then also for the business, because this is a business at the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
You know, after you done completed your service, what if they don't follow through? Then that's a problem as well.
Yeah, that happens a lot as well. So
Keeping it plain and transparent.
yeah, I
I'm just
mean that
saying.
happens a lot as well. But that's why we just try to make it affordable to avoid all of that. You know, but at the same time we try to educate our people about insurance so they don't have to deal with that. It's nothing like knowing something is covered and you can rest at night, and grieve properly. Because sometimes it's hard to
Exactly.
grieve properly when you at the same time you got to try to come up with funds for a service. That's real hard, and that's happened so much a lot today. So I mean, I don't. It's just hard. I really, my heart goes out to families that really have a hard time.
Okay. We're gonna read a few comments and then I have another question. I mean,
I was gonna say, Brandy, I got the next question.
okay, well you go ahead. I'm gonna
Okay.
read these comments and then we're gonna go with the next question. Let's see. Some company gave you a grace period and you be covered. Okay, on your job. You I guess once you quit, you get a little small grace period. Thanks, Helen. Ms. Coleman said, just answer my question. I didn't know my policy doesn't follow with me. Would it be more costly to try and keep the policy if I would leave my employment? Good question.
Good question. To answer that question, I recommend just to find a policy outside her job, and it'll be more affordable because some jobs don't allow you to carry outside of their job if you're going to leave their company. I just recommend that she just goes to outside source policy and get her a policy outside of her job. It's just going to be a lot affordable and easier for her, and that way she always got it no matter where she works.
Exactly. Okay. Also, make sure you know specifically what type of policy you have with your job. Thank you, Chris. Yes, we was just discussing that.
Exactly.
All right. Ashley said, I learned a lot about getting life insurance young because my grandfather got his policy later in life. He died only a year and a half after paying into it and only received what he had put in for it. It was barely enough to pay for his cremation and burial at the National Cemetery. He also didn't speak with all of his children and grandchildren. So they were very upset when he passed because he left everything he had to me and my mom, which he did so because we were the only ones taking care of him. Thanks, Ashley.
Yeah, I mean, it happens all the time. We see that a lot as well. My heart just goes out to Ashley and her family as well, because most policy require you to have it for 2 years in order for it to cover the full amount. Sometime if it's less than 2 years, just the same example as she said, it's only going to pay what you put into it, the premiums that you paid. That's the only thing they're just going to give back to you. So that's why I try to encourage people to jump on it, on insurance, and that's in the times the day it just changed. I'm sure like your grandmother and my grandmother, I can remember as a kid, if she didn't pay nothing else, she paid that insurance. I don't know if she late on the light bill or whatever, anything else, but she made sure that insurance man got that money off that porch.
Yeah.
So I mean that just showed how important our grandparents and they knew how important coverage was. And I feel like that's what we need to continue to try to educate our people on it, that it still is. It's never changed. It's still important.
Exactly. Okay, we're going to get these last two comments, and then D, I want you to come with your question, okay?
Okay.
Shanada said, come on, got to keep the lights on. I know that's right. We run the
For
business
real.
here, people. Respect the gangster. Okay. Miss Chalk said, State Farm, Alpha, and Aflac has some of the better whole life policies that I've dealt with. Thank you, Miss
I
Chop. We
agree.
appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I
So if
agree.
you're looking, so check those people out.
Exactly.
And that's something. I'm 26. That's something I need to look into because you'll be like, oh, I'm good. I got health insurance, but no, you need to be thinking about that. And I have a 2-year-old, so definitely something to think about. So this is very enlightening to me. My question is because I'm in the healthcare field, and how do you deal or manage as far as having a good work-life balance? Because I know that this can be a very emotionally draining job. Just from the outside looking in, like in terms of compassion. So how do you balance that out?
That's a good question. I don't even know how I do it. That's how I
You
really
just do
don't.
it.
I think it's just that's how I know I've been called to really do this. Um, because you got to know how to cut it on and cut it off, but at times, but you never lose that heart and that compassion, no matter what. Um, Even my wife asks me that all the time. She's like, "How you just you see so much emotion, you surrounded by so much sadness, you surrounded by so much chaos or whatever." And she was like, "You just have a straight face." But um, it I'm just gonna be honest. That just let me know it was just really on me. God just really put that in me. It's truly a calling to do something like this. So everybody has to call in their purpose, and I feel
Yeah.
like God really put that on me to serve His people in that.
Well, when you said that, Grace, I really felt that. I felt like God was telling me, and He is right. Because everybody can't do everything. You can tell if a person is passionate about what they're doing. And when I was reading one of the reviews for your business,
Hmm.
um, one person said how you checked on them afterwards. Um, that's
Yeah,
something I've never really heard of,
yeah,
but
that's part. That's part of our services as well. We have a service follow up with family members, just to check on them because even though after that service it's still not over with. We also now offer in house. We have a staff member who's a counselor. We offer counseling for youth, for the bereaved, because it's important. I mean, it's just a lot going on. So that's another service we offer as well. But back to that, I just feel like it's just important because once those few hours are over with, the chicken and the mallow tea is gone, and it's just you.
Yeah.
And so it's important. I feel like to let our families know we still there. No matter what, that we may have served you, but we family now. You're not just another number to us. You're actually our family now.
oh, that's a blessing. I want to go to some of these comments right quick because I see one in particular that I definitely want to talk about. Mary Jane said, "I remember them days when my mother paid her insurance faithfully and still does. Amen to that. I know that's right." Miss Jimson said, "Today, Polly, not tomorrow, baby.
I'm gonna
Today."
get it right.
Okay, now Miss Coleman said, I heard Black people should get wrongful death insurance as well. The way if anything nefarious happened, the insurance company would thoroughly look into it because they don't like to pay out.
That's not a bad idea either. It's just an extra coverage because sometimes we never know the true story, what happens in the hospital sometimes. So it's not a bad idea to have that extra coverage. Um, because it's so much be going on now. You just never know, and some people today do try to cover things up. So I don't blame her. That's a good idea. I would encourage that as well.
Seems like better safe than sorry to me.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Shananda said, much prayer. Ashley said, I'm sure certain deaths and services affect you more than others as well. Definitely a special type of person. Um,
Yeah.
yes, definitely.
Yeah, that has happened. I can truly say that was one family member that really got to me. And that was one of my aunts who passed. It was my mother's sister. She was the first to pass out of 12. But she was one of those aunties that we all, everybody just went to her house. She was just one of those aunties that,
Mhm.
you know, no matter what, everybody popped up at her house and turned it out to a party. So
Yes.
she was like, yeah, so man, I mean that really tore me up than anything. So I agree with her. It depends on who the person that really, impacted me to really, yeah. And then the younger people, um, kind of bothers me as well. It touches me, especially small kids or teenagers and
Mhm.
Yes.
people who just haven't had a chance to really live their life. And we're starting to
Yes.
see that a lot of that today, and that kind of disturbs me as well because you never know what that child could have been, or
Yes.
it just that kind of gets to me as well.
Yes.
But
Okay.
now
Well,
that I have a child now, a baby girl, so those things come across my mind now as well. So yeah, it's something I just try to just pray about to keep going.
exactly. And I can definitely understand. We got Mama D coming in. She said, love the counseling.
Hey,
Um,
girl.
hey, Mama D. I've actually never heard of that, but I'm glad to know that it's an actual service for the people.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
Um,
that's amazing.
yeah.
yes.
It's very important. I mean, because I think number one for us, we don't express ourselves a lot, and
Mm-mm.
I feel like it's important to have someone just to have that listening ear. Um, so I just thank God for he just put that on my heart to offer that because it's just very important. There's a lot of mental health issues with the kids, and I mean it's just a lot going on. So I just feel like any way we can make an impact, any way we can help in every avenue besides death, um, that's what we want to do.
That's a blessing. DJ Kano said, "What up, though? We're definitely talking about funeral services, insurance, and other impactful things that happen during death." Miss Chalk said, "How does prepayment for services work?"
At that for prepayment for services, is considered a pre-need. So you can make payments on that services prior and ahead of time. And the funeral home, that money that she pays has to go into a trust, and it won't be dispensed until that time of when she passed.
Oh
So
wow,
yeah,
That's neat.
I know,
yeah,
right? It's a lot to
The
think
extra,
about.
like, and that's like an extra blanket of security. Even though we don't like to have these conversations, I think that's
yeah.
definitely.
And I mean, pre needs and pre arrangements is a good avenue for those who can't get insurance, as I mentioned, because of health issues. Because if I had a
Exactly.
heart condition or things like that, most insurance ain't gonna cover me because I got these type of issues. So it's important to look at that avenue as well, as far as pre needs and pre arrangements.
Shoot, I'm up here thinking like you might come out better doing that.
No, really, seriously though,
I'm just saying, I'm just
seriously.
got my gears rolling over here. I got some
Yeah.
thinking to do.
Oh yeah.
For real. Miss Ashley said, "Oh wow, what a blessing your business is." Just got me misty eyed thinking that there is a funeral service out there so passionate about tending to the dead and their families. I know, right, Ashley? It just gives me chills when we say and talk about certain things, and this is definitely one of them.
And I was
Oh yeah.
gonna say, like, having these type of conversations, somebody might be too afraid to ask that question, but it makes me, even being a, I don't know if you call me a young adult, but whatever. Me
Definitely
being
young
20,
adult.
me being 26, it makes it easier to
Yeah.
have these conversations, and it kind of makes you want to tune in and see, what different avenues and insurances there are.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and it's so many things you can do with insurance. You have like I said, you have a you have a whole life, a full life policy. You have a term life policy. Um, you, your average young adults get the term policy, because it's more affordable. Then you can also convert that term to a full life policy as well. You just talk to your agent about it. It's so many things you can do. I just encourage people to just just call or speak to an agent, and they can just lead you in the right direction what you would like to do. And especially while you're young, that's a great thing because you get you a full life at what? I'm sorry, how old are you?
26.
26. Oh man, yeah, you 26. You can get a great policy, and you might spend like $40 a month or less.
Or
Yeah,
less. Yeah.
No,
or
I
less.
can do
You might.
that.
I'm sure we eat that in a weekend. So.
Listen, I got a 2-year-old, so he might do it in a day.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
So,
D, you're definitely a young adult. You're just very mature for your age. You're one
Thank
of
you,
the
Randy,
ones.
because sometimes I don't feel like it,
I,
okay?
I don't feel like it either. I know my wife. She don't even know how I do it. I don't even know how I stand up sometimes, but I still keep going.
We got the people coming in to comment, so I'm just gonna go off and read comments here and
Okay.
there. Ms. Coleman said that is a wonderful service to provide. People forget about after of it all. I know that's
Yeah.
right. That is so
Yeah.
Yeah.
true.
Because I
DJ,
mean, no one can tell you how to grieve, man, or not, or how long to grieve, because we don't know the relationship you had. So, that's why we still here.
exactly. DJ Kano said I'm on the tail end of the conversation, so I'm just gonna sit here and listen. All right. Hey, we got that knowledge for you. We brought in somebody that's a big wig today. And we definitely appreciate you, Grace, for coming in on the show. Like
Well, we
seriously.
thank y'all. We thank
No
y'all for
problem
that.
anytime.
Miss Coleman said, "Hey, Mama D." Ashley said, "Hey, Mama D."
Hey, mama
Um,
girl.
Mama D.
Mary Jane said, "Amen to that."
Yeah.
Ashley said, "In one meal, you know what to
I'm telling
say."
you, actually, you know how these children eat.
Miss Helen said, "The main thing is to have some kind of insurance." I know that's
I
right.
totally agree.
Don't make your family
Even
struggle.
right. I mean, it's important. Even if it's just 5,000. I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like something is better than nothing because you come in, you say, "Well, Mr. Hart, I just have $5,000." At least you like 85% over or whatever. You 80%. You have 80% more than what you had. I'd
Yeah.
rather for you to already have something than have to come up with that. So it's at least five. Even just that. Just something. So I totally agree with her. Just some type of insurance, yeah.
Okay. And DJ Kano said, yes, you guys always have great topics and very knowledgeable about them. Thank you, DJ Kano. Mr. Christopher Douglas Fletcher said, Tamika Garrett. If anybody know her personally, I mean, I'm her friend on Facebook. I know that she does sell insurance. Maybe we can get her on the show, D. Maybe she can come
Yeah,
and give us more
that's a good
insight
thing.
about the insurance itself.
You're right,
I'll
exactly.
definitely reach out to her.
Okay.
That's a good thing.
Miss Shanana said, right, we spend that in a day. Tell me about it. Miss Christy Days. Hi, Miss Christy Days. This is my first time seeing you here. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad you guys are talking about it. I didn't think I would have to make arrangements anytime soon. Unfortunately, I had to bury my 20-year-old son last year. My
Oh,
condolences to
mercy.
you, Miss Dates.
Yes, Lord.
It's like I always tell people, I don't like to talk about it, but just as sure if there is life, there's definitely going to be death.
That,
There's no way
that's true.
around it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you're right.
and
So,
Mama D said, hi everyone. Miss Coleman said, my deepest condolences, love and light to you and your family. Mama D with the sad face because don't nobody want to hear anything about somebody so young passing away.
exactly.
Um,
Yes.
Ashley said, all of the condolences and prayers to you. Mr. Fletcher said, I have her info code, so thank you so very much.
Send it to me, Chris, in my
And,
inbox.
And Mary Jane said, my condolences as well. If y'all have any questions for Mr. Grace, please come in with the comments. And if you don't feel comfortable making yourself seen, then make sure you contact him after the show or jump in his inbox and y'all can arrange something so y'all can talk about what's going
And
on.
for those who would like to just give us a call, our number is 256-487-8102. And they can just call anytime if someone has a question about anything, or just send us an inbox. We'll be glad to help.
I'm gonna go back to your page and I'm gonna share it real quick. And because at the end of the day, um, I really appreciate you just coming on here and talking to the people. I want you to check it out. And so, can you give us some insight on this picture, Mr. Grace?
Yes, that's our full staff. We have Mrs. Hardy and myself, Mr. Cedric McKinney, Miss Jean Cook, Byron Sankey. We have Mr. Marte Pope, Coach Pope.
Yes, Coach Pope.
Yeah, Coach Pope, and Mr. Williams, Miss Kimberly Blue. She's our Miss Blue. She's our counselor on our staff that I mentioned, and Miss Deborah Pearson. So and Mr. Timothy Smith as well. So those guys, we wouldn't be where we are today without those guys. Our staff, they do a tremendous job of serving. It starts at the top, so we just thank God that they have a heart just as the same as we do, to treat our families, as our own family.
Okay, and you definitely can find the page on Facebook. You see it got a call now button, and it also gives you the location, 220 East 3rd Street, Sylacauga, Alabama, 35150. And you definitely, it's a website here. I mean, you definitely can talk to them. That's the good thing I like about Mr. Grace. Mr. Grace is not above speaking with the people. Like, it's unbelievable that we have somebody in our community that's willing to go above and beyond, because a lot of people are just about a check, and that's just not in this business. That's in a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I just wanted to click over to show the people. Y'all can go and read them for yourself. But if you just see some of these reviews, you just will be in awe, because at the end of the day, you definitely want somebody to handle your loved ones with compassion and care. I'm just going to read a little bit of this from Quandale Trammell. They said the Hill Dunson families were very satisfied with the services rendered during the loss of our jewel, Miss Ella Lee Dunson Hill. Mr. Hardy and his staff paid very close attention to detail and delivered with a touch of class. His staff was very welcoming and treated our family as if they had known us for years. Our mother was dressed beautifully, and the presentation was just astounding. We are glad we chose Grace. Keep serving the wonderful citizens here in Randolph County the way you all are, and the sky is the limit. Yeah. So listen, there's plenty of those. I went through, and look, this is my cousin right here, Miss Keisha Hamilton. So look, I know she don't lie about nothing. So honey, I see some hearts and stuff. So, and I know that she was very happy when she buried her father. And also, Mr. Grace, so you expand out to Randolph County as well?
Yes, we serve not only just Talladega County, all surrounding areas. I feel like no time is too late and no distance too great for us. So, that's the no matter what, we'll come to serve.
Yeah.
So that's what that's what it's all about. We just try to, no matter how far it is, we try to accommodate and render that same service, to all areas. And once again, I just want to thank all the families who trust us with with their loved one, because we just believe, we love Talladega County, we love Sylacauga, so that's why we try to pour back into our community, because we just love Sylacauga, and we just love just doing what we do. We got some things big coming up this summer. Um, we'll be advertising that pretty soon, so we're looking forward to that, to just to pour back into our children in the community and just to give back. And that's been one of our biggest missions since we started.
That is so awesome. I'm going to go to a few comments because I see people are asking a few questions over here. Mr. Fletcher said, my condolences, and I'm sure he's talking to our guest that was saying she had to bury her 20-year-old. And Mama D said the staff is class A.
Thank you so much.
DJ Kano said, I see no one has mentioned the last straw concerning burial, and it's cremated. What's the price range on it?
They said no one has. Oh, okay. So the price range for cremation, for direct cremation without a service, is $9.95, and we have just a different. That's as far as just direct cremation without a services. But if they want other things, they could just give us a call, and we can just direct them in the direction they want to go. So that's pretty much what I range for, just direct cremation without a service.
Wow, that's awesome. That's really affordable. Some people that may be all they can afford, but at least they can afford something.
Right, exactly. So that's what we try to do. We try to make it affordable. Try to ease that burden much as we can. Yeah. So that's what we do. We love it.
I know that's right. Mr. Fletcher said, I'm glad you brought this to the table. It was hard for us to bury our child at 23. So great topic. My condolences to you, Mr. Fletcher, because losing a child has to be one of the hardest things that people have to deal with ever in life. So we're trying to bring topics to the table where we can be informative to the community. Like, we don't want to just be about gossip all the time. We want to be informative. We want to give you some knowledge, something to think about.
Exactly. I feel like I said, once again, us as Black people, we need to just communicate more and be more open and open-minded to things, because just growing up, we just didn't want to talk about it. We never did. I think that's something just been going on for generations, I believe. But it's just a tradition. Sometimes you got to break traditions and just be more open-minded, and sometimes change is for the better. Sometimes change. Yeah, if you look into it, change is good sometimes. So sometimes it's always good.
Because I ain't trying to be funny, but why people be trying to talk about don't wear white for the new year, eat collard greens,
but I got no insurance.
Like, we don't get rich from all that. Like, I need something to happen.
Well, we all should have some money by now, right?
I ain't lying. See, I think a lot of that stuff just to stick in your mental, so you won't try other things.
We eat it all throughout the year, so we should be good.
Yeah,
exactly.
For real.
Exactly. Mr. Fletcher said, I love Black-owned business. Grace Memorial Community in our town. SYL stand up. I know that's right. Mr. Wadsworth said, okay, thanks for your response. No, thank you for asking that question, because that's what he's here for. He definitely comes to spread knowledge, and we definitely appreciate that. Ms. Coleman said, my deepest condolences to you and your family. Mr. Fletcher said, thank you so much. And Mary Jane said, break that chain. Baby, you ain't never lied. Break that chain, right? Baby.
Yeah.
I like Black Eyed Peas, but I don't see why we got to end at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. So I just, also, I feel like, I just once again want to encourage the community and the people to just give us a call. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Just never assume. I feel like always go to the source yourself and find out for yourself, and you'll be a whole lot better off. just to come and talk to us, let us know your situation, and we can help you. Just never assume, never hesitate to ask and never assume. So that's something we've been trying to encourage as well, because we are big on assuming a lot,
Yes.
instead of just actually going to the source yourself.
Yes. And I just want to say thank you. I know I done said it like 50, 11 times, but I'm for real. Because I mean, letting the people
Man,
know that you're
yeah,
open, your doors are open. If you have questions, if you want to know something, like do not assume. And everybody that's been a part of the show tonight, make sure you share this specific one. I want our people to come out of that crud that they in where they feel like they can't afford life insurance, or maybe they can't afford to get married and they just got this thing in their mind. Well, it don't matter. Yes, it do. It does matter. It
it
matters.
does. It does.
It matters very
I
much
just want to
so.
thank. I just want to thank y'all once again for having me on. It just gave my heart great joy just to share the knowledge, with the people. Because I mean, that's what we all here to help one another, and to help each other just to get over, just to hang in there. We just never know. So I just thank God that for you, for what you guys are doing. So hey, I applaud y'all to keep up the great work. Anyway, Grace Memorial can support you guys. Hey, we here. So we love it. We love y'all.
Okay, well, we're not gonna hold you on any longer. I just do want to ask if anybody have any more questions. Go ahead and get your question out while he's here. We can go ahead and let him answer it real quick because we're about to let him go, honey. We done held him in, baby. We done held him in now
Okay,
for
look,
about
very
It's
45
been
interesting
minutes.
good. It's
conversation.
been good. Hey, I enjoyed it.
Yes. Okay. Well, once again, if anybody look, he's on Facebook. What's the number again, Mr. Grace?
The number again is 256-487-8102.
8102. I'm gonna put the number in the chat. So if at some point in time you need to call, go ahead. I see you, D. I see you right
Period,
now.
Granny. Don't play. I'm
Great
on it.
minds
I'm
think
on
alike.
it.
Okay. But yeah, if at any point in time you feel the need to hit them up, you need to ask about anything that we talked about tonight, just feel free to do it because he's a good person. He's not going to bite your head off. I also am going to put in the chat where you can find them on Facebook.
Well, we appreciate it. We thank you guys once again. And hey, any other big topics, I'm in for it.
Okay, well, we would
Y'all
love
be
you to
going
Absolutely.
have
in, so I enjoy it.
it. We
Y'all
would
go
like
hard
to
and
have it on
clean.
as a guest every now and
Appreciate
then,
it.
just to bring in that male figure and as an
Absolutely.
entrepreneur.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah. So you guys have a good night, and you guys we'll talk later. Thanks
All
again.
right, have a blessed night.
Have a
You
good
too.
night.
Okay. All right, so I think that went real well, D. What you
Okay,
think?
y'all.
Come on in, and we're gonna go. It was a few comments that we missed because I wanted to let him go ahead and go. We done held him in here, baby. We done held him in the
Don't
room
hold
for
him
a
in
few
here.
minutes. Miss Yolanda talking about some. I got some black eyed peas soaking now. Good. Make sure you save me a bowl of them things. I do like them. I ain't gonna lie to you. Mr. Fletcher said yes. Smoked turkey tails, baby. I like them too. You know what I'm saying? I don't participate in the porky pig no more, but I can handle a turkey
That
tail,
is so
baby.
cute.
Mary Jane said, right on, brother. I know that's right, Mary Jane. Check for the brothers in the community that's changing the narrative. Um, Sunshine said, you better know it. Shanada, baby. All right. Y'all right with the hearts and the hands, baby. Thank you
Thank you,
very much
girl.
for coming in. We appreciate you. Mr.
Faithfully.
Fletcher said, yes, ain't no other way. Mr. Wadsworth said, I'm glad I turned it on this broadcast. It answered a few questions I wanted to know. Keep up this great work. Good night, and you guys have a great one. Thank you so much,
Good
DJ
night.
Polo. And we're gonna have to hop in his inbox very soon. We need to have Ricky come in on the
Hello.
show.
Don't look. All right.
Come on.
Don't tell him too early.
And Mr. Fletcher said, God bless your business as a whole. Yeah. So I'm so thankful that he came on, y'all, because at the end
Very
of the day,
enlightening.
people are not transparent about that type of business. Like it's y'all know how it is. It's creepy, right? It's kind of creepy. Like people don't want to open up and say anything. It's almost like the Addams family. You know what I mean? But he
Yeah.
was willing to come on and answer any questions that y'all had. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful for that. Miss Colvin said Christopher Douglas. That song Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Yeah, showing out.
Baby, look, we're gonna have old potluck on the show. What's up?
A song.
All right, we're gonna have to do a meet and greet. What's up? Christopher
Vince,
Douglas, yes, ma'am. Let's see, Miss Coleman, have a blessed evening. Shannon said, awesome. Mary Jane said, yes, very nice and professional. Mama D said, love it. Mama D, look, we're going to have to get you on the show too, Mama D. You look like
Yeah, Mama, come on here. I done told her already.
Yes. Miss Coleman said, not the sound effects. I'm going to go to bed. You know what? You go to bed.
Every Tuesday, you try to go to bed. That's not right.
Hey, lie. Let's see. Shannon said, I have a venue. Okay, we can make this official now. Y'all know I love to eat. I ain't gonna
Don't worry about it. Don't if you would be on the meeting in the next couple days, don't be surprised.
I ain't lying now. Hey, when we start talking about the Talk About It Tuesday meet and greet, baby, come on through. Mama D said, getting clearance. All right.
Thank you. Look, Ashley is a professional. Thank you, Mother. We could just have you on as a standalone. You don't have to do anything related to your field if you don't want, if you're not cleared. But we would love to have you, honey.
That's right, honey, because you sound like you might be with the CIA, honey. We ain't trying to step into none of your quarters, baby. Hey, we'll let you just come in, honey, and say what's up, what's up, what's up.
Please.
Mary Jane is laughing at us because she thinks that we're hilarious. But as y'all see, we didn't have a lot of topics tonight, but I feel like it was very important to talk about this topic more so often that we don't talk about other than to talk about a little bit of gossip, because baby, that is the gossip. Let's be real. Okay. Shanada is laughing at us too, baby. You know, we like to have fun over here too now, for real. It's serious, but it's some fun in it too.
Always.
Miss Coleman talking about, listen, I likes to cook. Let a sister know. Well, come on through then. Mama D with the smile. Yes, ma'am. And Mary Jane said, love it, ladies. Well, I also want to say, I think the show went well. Once again, if y'all definitely have some questions, then please ask him, because he know better than we do. And also, we about getting the insurance agent on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure Chris has sent it to me. I'll work on that.
Yeah, we need to know some things, because baby, you know what? My insurance agent died during COVID, y'all. He did. He died in 21.
Oh, wow.
No, 2020. He died at the end of 2020, y'all. And he was really nice. He was a nice guy, but I haven't talked to anybody since then, so I need to get on it.
And I need to start looking.
I need to get on it. I definitely need to get on it. But it was a lot of questions that were answered tonight, and I'm so glad that we was able to get him on here. Mary Jane said, amen. Christy said, when y'all have it, send me a plate to Kansas. All right, for Kansas, checking in to the battle.
Okay.
Thank you for coming through. We got you though, Christy. You know what? We'll overnight that thing in a to-go plate. You know how we
look, Christy, and if I'm real, look, I have to talk Mama D into it. Might get you a couple slices of cake or something on there for real.
I know that's right.
You playing.
And then we might get you some black-owned water thrown in that thing as well.
Cause it's wet at my house. Let's not play.
Okay.
Plugged in.
Shannon said, oh my. Yolanda said, not the soundtrack. I'm definitely going to bed right now. You know how we
the
do.
Music
you know
alone, that's a little signaling that it's finna go down.
Yes, that it's about to be over. We appreciate y'all. Mary Jane said, wow. Honey. Listen, let me tell you something too. We got a few cooks on here, honey. So when we get ready to have this good old potluck, baby, it's gonna be jumping.
Trying to tell you.
Mary Jane said good night, ladies. Yolanda, what is those eyes? Are you surprised? Like what
She's
happened?
like, wow.
Thank you all for coming through. Let's see what Miss Christie said. Send it by my sister Cheryl Mickey. LOL. Okay, you know they're my folks too. So that's what's up. That's what's up. We'll make sure Cheryl get that old plate overnighted.
Okay.
Because honey, I'm more than sure we're gonna have some good food on that plate.
I'm for real. Y'all better not be playing neither because I like to eat.
Me too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Look, Brandy, seriously.
Like for real. Shanada said, love y'all. We love you too, Shanada.
Love you too, honey.
And I'm gonna extend this to you. You're welcome to come on at any point in time to be a guest. Like when we have certain topics, I might ask you to come in and be a guest. Because you definitely have a great mind. Definitely. Miss Cody said, blessings on blessings, everyone. Much love and light to you all. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate y'all. Y'all just don't know.
For your dedication each week. Sunshine.
Yes. And we want to say good night to Mari as well. Y'all know our little mascot is in the building.
Baby, he's not asleep. He is learning his colors and he is very excited about it, okay? Y'all can't see it, but he's doing his colors. That's what he's up here. Yeah, he just said colors. Let y'all children do some educational stuff and don't let them watch SpongeBob all the time.
Yes. And if there's something that you have in your heart, you want to step into being an entrepreneur, don't be scared to do it.
Please don't.
Yes, and make sure you do what? Write it down. As y'all can see, honey, I write down everything, honey. I know I can go old school and put it in my, I know I can go new school and put it in my phone. And baby, please believe I can type because I took typing 1 and 2. But I like the old school, baby. I like to cast my spell with my pen, baby. So if you have an idea or something, write it down and pray about it and bring it to fruition, baby. Let's get it.
And don't, like she said, don't be scared. Don't be afraid to fail, and don't think you're gonna start where someone else has started because your journey is gonna be your journey. Don't hate on nobody. Just sit back and observe and try to insert yourself in the situations. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
it's gonna be difficult.
Exactly,
but it'll be worth it.
Exactly. Shannon said, "Good night, Big Mari, baby." And she also said, "Write the vision and make it plain." Ooh, baby, you said something.
Make it plain,
baby. All right. With that being said, thank you all, and we will see you guys next week. Millionaire Pending. I'm out.
Peace.